welcome back to the channel. My name's Janelle. Thank you so much for joining me. You'll see I've changed where I am today. I am literally tucked in amongst my books. It's a good place to be. It's a very nice place to be. If you can't tell by the stacks, I'm doing a book haul today. I'm doing my January Christmas mashup book haul. I never showed the books that I got for Christmas in a separate haul. I kind of figured it was too past Christmas to make a separate video for that, but I hadn't mentioned most of them yet on social media or anything, so I figured why not? This will just be a cozy, very cozy book chat. Normally, typically, my goal is to always say, grab a cup of coffee, grab tea, hot chocolate, whatever you want, and sit down, have a cozy cup with me. I don't have a cozy cup anywhere because I'm surrounded by books and I am petrified of any liquids being around me, especially with where I land on the Klutzometer. So instead of having a cozy beverage with me, please have one for me, because I can tell you I'm going to have a coffee right when I'm done recording this. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to go chronologically in the order that I received them. I promise I'm going to do my best not to go on long tangents and rambles about the books. Because no one needs that. So first of all, my husband surprised me last year, well, for Christmas, with a bookish advent calendar. I really wanted one and I couldn't find one online, like what I had in my head, so he made one for me. So let me grab these here. So he gave me Little Black Classics. I'm literally just going to run through their names and if I have or haven't read them yet. So there is Charlotte Bronte's Stancliffe Hotel. Haven't read yet. Want to. Fyodor Dostoevsky's White Nights. No, but soon. Rainer Maria Rilke's Letters to a Young Poet. Yes, my first read of the year. The Suffragettes by various authors. Yes. Yes, I've read it. Charles Dickens To Be Read at Dusk. Yes. Read it. So good. Ovid's The Fall of Icarus. No. Sophocles' Antigone. Not yet. Sinbad the Sailor. Yeah, so weird. So weird. Henry Mayhew's Of Street Piemen. Yes, trying to, struggling through it. Hans Christian Andersen's The Tinderbox. Really weird. Really weird. Wow. Petronius, Trimalchio's Feast. I actually don't know how to say that. Sorry, number 21. And no. Then Kenko, A Cup of Sake Beneath the Cherry Trees. No. Excited for that one though. And so that was for some of the days. The other days, aside from some bookish items, we had a smattering of Sherlock. So I've really wanted this Sherlock box set. I've never read any Sherlock, watched any of the adaptations, none of that before. So I'm really excited and I'm so pleasantly surprised by how much I really love Sherlock. So I've read A Study in Scarlet and Sign of the Four. I have started The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I've put it down at the moment, but I was loving it, and this also has memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. Then there is The Best of Sherlock Holmes, The Return of Sherlock Holmes, The Casebook of Sherlock Holmes and His Last Bow, and then The Hound of the Baskervilles and the Valley of Fear. My thing with Sherlock, quick moment to ramble, I'm trying to read them in chronological order of his life timeline. So not chronological order of how they were published, but more in time with where they are in their lives and the events that take place. So if anyone has advice on that, let me know please. That would be great. Okay, so then we have a tradition that I started when I first moved to Northern Ireland. I have Icelandic heritage and I wanted us to have our own tradition, and an Icelandic tradition is on Christmas Eve exchanging books with your loved ones and spending the night reading. So we started that tradition and we've carried it on for the past few years. This year is extra special because this past Christmas Eve we got married. So we came home from the church and pretty much instantly gave each other a Christmas Eve book. So they were our Christmas Eve books, but also kind of our wedding presents to each other. So there's always going to be a special and a nostalgic attachment. So he got me The Wind and the Willows by Kenneth Grahame. And guys, it's such a nice edition. It's literally looks like it's embroidered. It is the Penguin Threads edition. I think you can also find it under Penguin Deluxe, but it's specifically Penguin Threads. I saw it online and I just fell in love with it. The inside cover looks like the back stitching of the embroidery, and it genuinely, and it's textured as well. It's so amazing. And then it has deckled edges for the pages. It's amazing. We're reading it together. Last year we read The Wizard of Oz and A Christmas Carol, so we're slowly reading this one through. And the Sherlock Holmes were the Wordsworth Classics editions. There we go. So next we have for Christmas, deciding, we have 2 Greek myth retellings. One was from my grandparents, and that's 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes. I'm going to be reading this one extremely soon. I keep looking at it, keep wanting to read it, keep getting more and more excited. It's going to be read very soon. And then The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I'm so excited for this one. She has another one coming out in August, I think. Oh, I don't remember. The Women of Troy. I'll put a picture up of it. Ta-da! I forgot to mention that in my most anticipated, but I'm so excited for that one, for this one. So I got this from my aunt-in-law. So can't wait for these. Also, does anyone else have the pet peeves from the publishers? So this is Women's Prize for Fiction 2020 shortlisted. This is 2019 shortlisted. This is a sticker I can peel off. I can use some lighter fluid, Goo Gone, like I can get the goop off, no problem. This is now a part of the book and will never come off. And I get marketing, I understand, but like I would much prefer a sticker. What's your guys' take on that? I'm very like decided. Then from my mom and dad-in-law, I got 2 books. I got Mr. Dickens and His Carol by Samantha Silva. I saw this one and I'm so excited about it. I'm saving it for next Christmas, but it's the story of Charles Dickens and his experience writing The Christmas Carol, and I just think that sounds incredible and I cannot wait to read it. The next one is one I really, really wanted, so I was very excited when I opened it, and that is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. This is a compilation by Barbara Heller. What she did is she took a story, but she went through, found all of the letters, hand-wrote, hand-folded them, and put them in the book. So there's 19 letters in here, the correspondence between the characters in little sleeves, so while you're reading you can read the letter in print, how it originally was, or you can take the letter out and read it in its cursive format. And I hadn't read Pride and Prejudice before, but I do have the omnibus of Jane Austen's works, but I read this right at the end of 2020 and wow, am I quite the fan. It was incredible. It was what a way to end the year. It was amazing. It was so good. Okay, so then as well, I was gifted from my husband the Tolkien Treasury. So this has 4 of Tolkien's works. I have never read anything by Tolkien. I really, really want to. The Hobbit is my grandmother. It's her favorite story ever. It means so much to her. And my husband adores it. This year it is my goal. I'm going to read The Hobbit and take it from there. But I saw this little box set. First of all, it's so cute. Second of all, the illustrations are amazing. And they have it so like the last book on this side, the illustration matches and blends into the box. They communicate. And it's the same on the other side. So this has, let me see here. This has The Adventures of Tom Bombadil. That one is my favorite cover. I'm really excited for that. Farmer Giles of Ham, Roverandom, and Smith of Wootton Major. I cannot wait. I need to look up if any of them, I think some of them, for sure one of them, is that Tom Bombadil or Roverandom? One of them for sure I think is okay to read without having read the others, like not necessarily set in this and not same world. I need to look it up though, because they're so gosh darn cute. They're so cute. Here, I'll lift out Tom Bombadil. So they're really, 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 really sweet. And I love them. And I like how the box set is too, how it's like a little shelf for them. And then my mom and dad got me like the most nostalgic thing ever. I love Little House on the Prairie growing up. It's my mom's favorite show ever. And I grew up watching it. I grew up reading them. I grew up surrounded by Little House on the Prairie. So, but I didn't have my own set. And I saw these, and when I saw these, we'll just say my mom got some very, very excited texts, voice notes, general harassing. Lo and behold, it was under the Christmas tree. So this has the Little House in the Big Woods, Farmer Boy, and Little House in the Prairie. But the thing that I adore, which one's going to come out? Okay, we have Farmer Boy. Is it looks like wood. It looks like it has wood grains, and it's spectacular. And again, deckled edges. I know not everyone loves them. I personally do. For me, it just instantly heightens the experience for me. I don't know if it's because of the texture. I seem to like really enjoy different tactile and textured things. But yeah, I cannot wait to read these. I'm so excited. It's been years, so I'm hoping to at least read one of them this year. So then we head into books that I didn't get for or on Christmas. So essentially you, I think, can see this file here that I basically used Christmas money gift cards for. So still Christmas, but January. So we're in the January segment now. Welcome. So the first is The Pickwick Papers by Charles Dickens. This is so pretty. It's so pretty. It has gilded edges, and then it's a Flame Tree collectible classic. I just found these online, and they're beautiful. They are the same size as the Macmillan Collector's Library editions, like pretty much the same size. So it's a naked hardback, so there's no dust cover, and it has a picture on the front that's slightly raised. It almost has, not quite, but like almost has that like puffy sticker feeling. And then a picture on the back as well with a quick little description. It says, "The hilarious tales of Pickwick and his motley crew as they travel through a series of misadventures." So this is Charles Dickens' first work. I'm very excited about it. And then it has the really colorful spine, which I think is so unique. I've never seen anything like this. What I kind of was able to tell through really digging through Instagram was, I think that they do it, I might be wrong, but I think they do it as a separate color per author. So if you get all of Jane Austen's books, she has her own, like, they'll all be the exact same spine, but no other books would have that spine. So all of Dickens would have this color spine. So I think that's really, really cool. And I think it's a really good way of blending different things people like. So I'm really excited for this one. Yeah, it'll be great. Then, moving on to my Waterstones order, I was able to get 7 books, and they came in like 4 shipments, and I literally just got the last book. So, took about a month, but you know what, it drew out the joy. So the first one I got, I've been wanting for quite a while, and it is the Pat Macmillan Golden Treasury of English Verse. This is gorgeous. It's the same size as the Macmillan Classics, but it's cloth bound. It's absolutely beautiful. I saw it in the store months back and just stood there for a few minutes reading it and had to put it down and leave. So I'm really excited. This is to celebrate 175 years of Pat Macmillan, so very excited about that. Next up is The African Queen by C.S. Forster. To give a size reference for the Flame Tree collectibles, I mean, obviously different length of books, but they are, you know, more or less completely the same dimensions. So this one I've read. I wanted this one quite a while. Quick synopsis. It is about a missionary sister, a mechanic and captain of a steamboat. They're in Africa, and World War II is happening, and they want to take a stand for Britain. Commence. Then next, I got another Flame Tree classic. So this is Edith Wharton, The Age of Innocence, and you can see the spine is totally different, but it does still suit. You know, they look really nice together, really classy, so I'm really excited about that. And what's interesting is the binding, the color of the binding's different too. So here it's like a teal blue, and this, the binding's like a pink color, and the threads, like the thread is blue, the ribbon bookmarks, the ribbon's pink. So I think that's really, I don't know, it's really unique, and I really, really, really like it. The next one that I got is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is based in a cafe people go to for time travel, but you have to be back before the coffee gets cold. It goes into 4 individual people's stories within the cafe and their experiences, and it's really emotional, it's really beautiful, and I can't recommend it enough. It was a 5-star read and an absolutely incredible one. Read it. So the next one is The Lost Lights of St. Kilda by Elizabeth Gifford. Yep. This one sounds amazing. The synopsis, to just summarize it, it's based in Scotland. So Chrissy Gillies comes from the last ever community to live on the beautiful remote Scottish island of St. Kilda. Evacuated in 1930, she will never forget her life there, nor the man she loved and lost who visited one fateful summer a few years before. Fred Lawson has been captured, beaten, and imprisoned in Nazi-controlled France. Making a desperate escape across occupied territory, one thought sustains him: find Chrissy, the woman he should never have left behind on that desolate, glorious isle. Ha! Does this not sound amazing? This sounds so good. I am so excited for it. I've heard nothing about it. I think I genuinely just like stumbled across it, and I was like, huh, that'll do. It sounds so good. I'm really, really excited to get to it. Then the next one, out of all of these, is probably one of the most heard of. Well, almost. And it is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Noelle Gallagher adores this book. Adores this book. And you know what? It sounds incredible. It is definitely an enemies to lovers trope. I didn't read romance for a while and just started like tiptoeing back into it last year, so this year I am ready to dive in, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to read this one. Then the next one I've been wanting for quite a while is Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I just finished Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy and loved it. I'm really interested in this one. This one I think is one I'm going to have to be in a very specific mood for, because it sounds like quite the psychological, maybe thriller, but definitely psychological book, where this isn't even a spoiler, because like right at the start this guy murders someone, few people, woman, don't know, and basically the rest of the book is you seeing, I think, his psychological breakdown essentially, and his reasoning, and just being inside his head and why he did what he did and everything. And it just sounds really interesting, but it is, from what I understand, a very dark and grim book. I'm really excited to read it, but I definitely think like I need to be in the right frame of mind. Like, I've noticed books do impact my mood. So I don't want to be all sunshine and roses and read this and then, you know, thunder and rain. So we will see when I get to this, but I am excited for when that happens. And then we are at the final pile. Woo! If you made it, good job. So the first book is Ken Follett's Notre Dame. My mom got this for me. It's a short history of the meaning of cathedrals, and 100% of Ken Follett's royalties are going to La Fondation du Patrimoine. Again, sorry if I butchered that. I tried. This is an amazing book. I talked about it a lot in my, I almost said April, in my January wrap up. I can't say enough about it. If Notre Dame has a special place in your heart, historical architecture has a place in your heart, get it. Just do. It's amazing. So good. So good. So good. Alright, so I actually hadn't read Ken Follett before. My mom is a big fan. She mainly reads historical fiction and romance and classics and mythology. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, basically. So she loves the Pillars of the Earth series. I've been interested in reading it for multiple years, and I just never prioritized it, never took the step to get it. But then I read this, and he references Pillars a few times, and I was like, okay, I have to read this book, and I have to read it soon. I found this 25th anniversary special edition from 2014. It just sounds like everything I'll adore. I'm a little daunted just after having finished Anna Karenina to go into another big one like this, but I'm hoping to soon. Just need to kind of give my brain a bit to breathe, essentially, but I'm really excited. Then the next two I got from Waterstones, and they just came in as well. So the first one is probably the book I heard most about last year, which is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This is the Waterstones exclusive edition. It has a purple naked cover. I think I saw on their website it's random select, so I don't know if there's different colors, but I was hoping for purple. Got purple. This book is based on the lives of two identical twin sisters. Basically they're black, but they can be white passing, and it goes into, it sounds like, from my understanding, it starts in their childhood and it goes through to their daughters' lives, and one, they run away from home and they come back. One of them comes back and one lives her life white passing, and her husband doesn't even know, and it really shows all of the details amongst that. So I'm really interested in it. I haven't seen anyone read it, and their mind not be blown. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I think it's going to be something really special. And then the last book, we are there, guys. I lost it. There it is. The last book is The Shape of Darkness by Laura Purcell. I haven't read any of her work before, but I started seeing this pop up and I looked up the description, and whoa, does it sound exactly like something I would love. It's set in the Victorian period in Bath. Victorian era is my favorite time frame to read in, and England specifically as well. I just, something about it, love it. The atmosphere, love it. So this is about a silhouette artist. Yes, a silhouette artist who's struggling, who has bad health, and then her customers start getting murdered. So she goes to a child spirit medium. Yeah, a child spirit medium to see what's going on, but then I think a lot of dark things start to happen from there. So we'll have to find out. I think this one's going to be very dark, but really, really good. So that is the books. Those are the books I got for Christmas and in January. If you have any, have read any, have any questions about any, please let me know. If you'd like to like, comment, and subscribe, I am going to be uploading regularly. I appreciate all the love I've been getting, guys. It's been meaning so much to me. So I can't wait to see you again. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye!